Hey guys, James from Garibaldi Bushcraft here, and I'm just going to go into a video on how to throw axes. So when you're starting out throwing axes, I suggest that you go for an axe that's got a full tang, which means that the steel of the axe goes all the way from the head all the way down till the end of the handle. It just makes it a lot less problematic when you're throwing. If you start out with an axe like this, that's like a traditional tomahawk that's got a wood handle, you're going to make missed throws and you're going to end up hitting with the butt of it, or you're going to end up hitting completely flush, which gradually will make the head loosen and eventually pop off. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can always remount your head, go buy a new handle, but it's just a pain in the ass when you're starting out. So it's a lot easier if you've got a full tang blade like this, because it's just not going to end up breaking on you, and you can throw it and beat it up and it's not going to cause any problems. So when you're throwing an axe, basically what you want to do is reach back for your throw, lean forward with your throw, and then let the handle slide out from your hand so that the axe continues to rotate. So you're basically going forward and then releasing by pointing at what you're going to be throwing it at, and then have the axe come out from your hand like that. A lot of people only bring their elbow back a little bit and whip it. You can do that, and it is a way to adjust for distances, but it makes your throw a lot less consistent, and you won't get it stuck into the target as easily. So yeah, when you're throwing an axe, you're basically just starting off here, reaching back, and then throwing and missing. Here, back. Throwing like that. Like so. Some troubleshooting when it comes to throwing an axe. Lots of times the axe will either hit the target, like mine did, completely flush, like this, and basically if the target is flush, it means that you're a little bit too far away, because the axe has rotated past the point where it's going to stick in and hit the target like that. Therefore, when it does that, all you really need to do is just take one step closer or a half step closer, and then the axe will be able to hit the target. Another thing that you'll find is that the axe will continue to rotate and it'll hit like this. Once again, you're too far away. Or the axe will come in and hit with the pommel, which means that you're too close. The axe didn't have enough time to rotate in to actually hit what you're throwing it at. So if it hits with the pommel like this, all that means is that you need to take one step back so that the axe has time to continue in. So from here, reaching back, releasing, keeping your arm out straight, and it sticks in. Now, an example of too far back, if I was to throw from here, rather than one step closer, the axe isn't going to stick in, and it's either going to hit with the head flush or with the handle straight up. So, like so, the axe hit like this. Once again, the axe hit like that. So you can fix that problem by just getting a little bit closer to the target. So now I'm here, and the axe will stick in. It stuck in perfectly flush that time, so you're pretty much at ideal distance, but you could get a little bit further away so that it hits on more of a 45. That was just on the brink of a 45 to flush, so it dug in and then kicked out. So you want to get even a little bit closer, and then it'll stick in. So lots of times you're going to have to pace yourself and step back and figure out what the optimum rotations are. So this is just a single rotation throw with the axe. and eventually you'll start to get an idea how many steps equals one rotation. Lots of axes have different rotations, and so you have to get comfortable with the axe that you have and be able to figure it out. So generally with my axes, it's about 4 steps per rotation. So if you want to do multiple rotations, you just have to figure out your steps, and eventually you'll just be able to gauge distances by looking at them. So like with these, a double rotation would be from this distance. Like so. And I'm a little bit less used to throwing the wooden handled axes, so I'd assume it's going to be a little bit different, but I'd say they'd probably be about this distance for a double rotation. Nope. And nope. So they were hitting handle first, basically, which means that I'm going to be a little bit too close, so I would have to step a little bit further back for them to stick in. So just about. And another thing that you can do if you're extremely close and you want your axe to be able to stick in, be it combat situations, you're being attacked by something and you don't have room for a reach, but you don't have room for one rotation, is just take the axe blade, flip it over, and then you're going to get a half rotation instantly. So you can be essentially this close, which is without reach, but you can throw the axe into the target. Yeah, so anyways, that's just a quick video on throwing axes, and gives you a little bit of idea for troubleshooting what's going wrong and how you can adjust for it.